This is the longest minute of my life. From 12:59 to 1 p.m. There it is. Is this thing on? I think we're here. Let's double check. 40 of you are there right now, looking at my nose hairs. Before we get going, I gotta do something. Hold on. See if I can cut my finger off. You hear that? That's a Race Face Vault wheel. That's a 12-speed Shimano cassette. What does that mean? Race Face now has micro spline for vault hubs. Boom. Let's get into it. What up, Vital MTBers? We're live. Can you hear my heart beating through the shirt into this microphone? This is terrifying. I've got to put this back. Hold on so I can see what I'm doing. A little stressed out here. What do you know? How you doing on lockdown? It's kind of a crazy time, and we figured let's go live because we can. There's no other reason. Why not? Let's do it. If you're on YouTube watching and you participate in the live chat, you could win Race Face Getta Grips. They come in 30 mil diameter, 33 mil diameter, ergonomic shape. I'm usually kind of a skinny grip guy, but they sent the 33s, kind of a chubbier grip. I tried them out. I'm kind of digging the chubby grips. What are you, skinny grip, chubby grip? Participate in that chat. You could win a pair of those. We're gonna pick 3 chat participants to get some grips. Hope this is fun. We're gonna give it a shot. We've got a lot to dig into. Got mountain bikes, products, riding tips. It's gonna be a fun show with plenty of hiccups. I do not do well on the fly. And Rob Warner, I don't know how you do this because this is terrifying. Before we get into it though, remember racing? That's from Windrock. I miss racing. I know the world's falling apart. There's a lot of bigger issues out there than missing mountain bike racing, but I miss it. Do you miss it? Glad we got Windrock down, at least for now. Hopefully you're hanging in with the virus and all that good stuff. When you're quarantined into your garage, I don't know, might as well try and make a live show. This is a warning. I want you to be prepared. Take a minute, go get something you can drool into. A drool bib, we like to call it. I gotta find one. Here we go, I got one. Make sure you get yours. Here's my drool bib. It's a signed jersey from Aaron Gwynn from a few years ago, from his Specialized days. Gwynn, don't be bummed that I'm showing off old sponsors and stuff, but I'm gonna use this to drool into. Do you think, if this has Gwynn's DNA on it, could we clone him? Might be able to clone him, huh? What do you think, should we try? As you get your drool bib, this is what you need it for. Check out this Banshee. Longtime Vital member, Northwest, added this raw Banshee Titan to our bike check section. Look at that beauty. He sandblasted and polished the parts raw, like the top headset race, the cranks, the rear skewer, he polished them, sandblasted and polished. Then he ceramic coated them because he says it sheds dirt like crazy. And he's also running XC Cush Core out back. What do you think about that thing? Do you dig the raw? What about the gum wall? Speaking of Cush Core, if you haven't listened to the Vital MTB Inside Line podcast, the co-founder of Cush Core, Dan Hallida, he's on there right now. Use your favorite podcast app to search for Vital MTB or the Inside Line. I think we've been doing it for over 3 years now. There's a lot of good interviews in there, and we're pretty stoked with how far that's come. So check out the Inside Line if you haven't. Drool over this Banshee. Let me know, what do you think about it? Pretty sick, I like it. I like the raw. I'm an alloy kind of guy. Carbon's sweet too though. I mean, you send something my way, I'll ride it, that's for sure. In the live chat, type in your favorite bike brand. That's what we want to see right now. We're gonna watch something kind of gnarly from 2013. Not kind of gnarly, it's super gnarly. We're gonna watch something while you type in your favorite bike brand, and then we'll come back. But look at Needles from 2013. What happened to Needles?
Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't want, actually, you can watch this after Sunday because you shouldn't watch this until then.
Look at Sven. I'm mic'd up. I'm not supposed to talk, but look at Sven.
Oh, nice. How are you not hurt?
Fuck knows. I'm trying to put it all together.
No, you're looking quick, Andrew.
Hey?
You're looking quick in practice. From here. I don't know where he landed. He must have landed down there just before the road on the dark dirt. Because he definitely cleared these ropes. I don't know how he landed, to be honest. I'm glad we didn't see that bit.
Dang needles. Where you at? How you been? Hope you're good. I can believe that you walked away from that unharmed because you're like a cat. But while we were looking at that, Rocky Rider in the live chat, he said, let's search for Rocky Mountain. So off we go in the Vital Bike Check section. If you haven't been to the VitalMTB.com bike check section, consider yourself part of Team Blowing It. Look, we have 12,465 bikes there right now. Boom. Pages, pages, 312 pages like this. Rocky Rider said, let's search for Rocky Mountain. So that's what we're gonna do. How do you spell it? There it is. That search button. Internet. 208 Rocky builds in here. Ooh, there's a lot. Let's cruise a little bit. Ooh, there's an e-bike even. All kinds of goods. What do we want to do here? This Instinct BC A50 looks like it was a bike of the day. Let's check it out. By Jacob Garrett. These are all Vital member bike checks. People just like you out there have loaded your bike to Vital to show off in our bike check section. That thing's looking pretty fly. It did get bike of the day, yeah. Got a Fox DHX2 coil, not bad. Ooh, Bergtech. Dan Bergtech, what are you up to? Love me some Bergtechs. Ooh, the one-up tool in there. Yep, pretty sick. Lots of cool stuff. V tires. You don't see those all that much, but that's pretty cool. Looks like the graphics, are they custom? Let's check it out. The cool thing about the Vital Bike Check section, oh, he put everything about his build in here. Pretty sweet, so yep. Good stuff from Fox, Bergtech. It's got guide brakes, all the specs. That thing looks like it's pretty fun, and he's got it at 32 pounds. We appreciate it when Vital MTBers are honest about the weight of their bike. Don't forget, hit vitalmtb.com, add your bike to our bike check section. While we're at it, we talked about this a couple days ago on the site and in our YouTube channel. Yoshimura, the legendary moto exhaust brand, debuted their mountain bike pedal on April 1st. And it wasn't a prank, it's fun. We put the video on YouTube. Everyone's like, is this a prank? We say no. One person we say no to says, I don't believe you. What's wrong? It's not a prank, they're still up. Yoshimura pedals, they're the Chilao, I'm not sure how to say them, but $180 to $190 depending on the size. You can hit up vitalmtb.com or our YouTube channel to watch the full vid. But they look pretty good. And I'm gonna put it out there right now because I'm on live TV. YouTube, is it considered, I don't know. Ken Roczen is gonna beat Eli Tomac when Supercross gets going again. I'm a Ken Roczen fan. All you Tomac fans out there, string me up. Do what you're gonna do. But Roczen rides the whoops like he's on a cloud. Roczen. All right, enough moto talk. I've got more products. I've got some embargoed stuff right there that you can't see. You'll see that in a few days. But we have other things to talk about, like this, OChain. OChain is a chainring spider designed to reduce pedal kickback. Isn't that crazy? Look at that, how it works. Burp, burp. We're super intrigued by the concept from the Italian brand. They claim to give you that chainless feel on the bike when they're kind of targeting it at descending. You can decide between 6, 9, or 12 degrees of chainring movement to combat kickback, and you adjust that by replacing internal elastomers. And OChain maintains that they're always smooth and there's always silent pedal engagement. World Cupper Loris Ravelli was involved in testing, as well as some other riders that they say they can't mention just yet. Vital will be getting some of these soon, and we'll bring you our report in the coming weeks, but we have plenty of questions. Is this even needed? Will we even notice anything? How effective will it be? How does it impact pedaling uphill? Lots of interesting stuff to think about with that. Remember who G had it, and I think Troy back in the day, they used like a ghost gear in the middle of their cassette to eliminate the pedal feedback on the way down. Is this gonna help? What do you think? Looks pretty interesting. Got some more product news. Teravail launched their Kessel tires. You know, Kessel, like the Kessel Run, Star Wars, 12 parsecs. Wasn't there some argument about a parsec being, what is it, like a unit of distance, not time? Anyway, Teravail has the Kessel, and they definitely have looks like a blank component to them, but maybe that's good. What do you think? Get more options that are based on proven designs. They're 85 to 90 bucks, depending on the casing. There's durable or ultra durable. They come in 27.5 by 2.5 or 2.4 and 2.6 sizes in 29-inch diameter. They also include the ever polarizing gum sidewall option. Race Face launched their 2020 Softgoods collection. Highlights include the T2 tailgate pad that has 6-way adjustable straps, comes in 2 different sizes. If you have a Yaris and not a pickup truck, these obviously don't apply to you. I have a Yaris, sorry. Kids are gonna be stoked from Race Face with the new Sendy kit. They've got a long sleeve jersey, they've got kid-size shorts, they've got knee and elbow pads that are D3O certified. They also have a Sendy glove to keep the hands, the mitts of those groms protected. It's a good time to be a grom. For adults, Race Face has the all-new Enduro Focus Roam knee pad. Secure, breathable, features D3O impact protection. The front of the knee area features a puncture-proof Kydex layer, top with a TPU skid plate for when you're carcassing across a trail, like we know you like to do. Get a little choked up here. Sorry, had to do it. I'm talking too much. There's still more news. Propain bikes are now available in the US. Brand out of southern Germany is responding to the demands of US residents to start distributing their customizable mountain bikes in North America. To kick it off, Propain USA will offer a limited number of pre-configured bikes. It can be customized with things like colored grips, decals, or saddles. But eventually, Propain will have the full customizing and configuring program like they do on their Euro website. Components like fork, shock, drivetrain, seat post, wheel set, tires, brakes, they can all be individually configured from a selection of the best stuff out there. Creates a unique bike for every customer. We actually went on the Euro version of the Propain website, and you can build some pretty interesting bikes. Because you can pick and choose what goes on, maybe you save money with an alloy frame, put on dialed suspension, good tires, you don't care about cranks, you can build some neat stuff at a pretty good price. Excuse me. It's kind of multitasking here. Did you watch this Christchurch, New Zealand Vital Raw? And then the intro, how we do. Vital Raw, ooh, keeping us sane during these times. That's the kind of riding we like to see. With all the social media training, like, hey, let's do a push-up contest, or pull-up contest, or ride on rollers. Does that get you guys that excited? Doesn't really get me excited. I'd rather watch some Vital Raw stuff, but we're here to provide. In the name of training, we have something for you. We have the ultimate guide to the best manual training devices, like manual and wheelies. The best devices out there. Here we go. First up, a paved road. Learn a manual on a paved road. A dirt road, even better as a mountain biker. Ice roads for you people stuck up north, slippery but they work. Sidewalk for you college kids stuck on campus. Single track, ooh, for mountain bikers. Now, a running track, you can see how far you go. Weatherproof, indoor hallway, always good for manuals and wheelies. And finally, if you're stuck on a deserted, beautiful island, use a dock. You can get your wheelie practice in done. Seriously, that was supposed to be for April Fools. We kind of blew the deadline. Why would you want a manual trainer though? One of those manual machines. I'm not really sure why. Thankfully, our good friend Steve Wentz, who shreds downhill, helps us test, digs trails. He doesn't know why either.
A couple of my friends bought those or built those like manual machines, and they can't manual and they can't wheel. They can't. So I don't see a success rate with them, but they're probably good for some people. I just don't think it really teaches you to be calm and go a little too far and correct it, because it puts you in the right position and only the right position. But that's never going to happen in real life. Too short, have to jump. I was promised cookies if I could help at least one person learn how to wheelie, and I don't see any cookies. I don't know, I've seen a lot of videos on how to do a wheelie, and I'm not a coach, I'm not like the expert in it. This is just how I learned, and most people try to go for success like straight away. I don't usually see that working out correctly. They try to go from your balance point to forward, and it's all between here. They never actually get to the balance point, and I think you got to find both extremes. And so if you can really loop out, do that safely and get used to it, you'll be better if you happen to crash. Before you even start, get in a relatively easy gear so you don't have to work hard and throw your weight one way or the other. But get an easy gear and put all your weight back and put your head back. And all of this makes it that much easier for your weight to get over the rear axle. Because if you're forward, you have to work really hard and your weight's going to rise up a lot higher. I kind of put my seat halfway down. Then it's easy to get off the bike and loop out, which is the goal. Not trying to wheelie yet, just loop out. Once everything's back, then it's easy to do. If you try to pick up the bike with your arms, that usually brings your body pretty far forward, and you just kind of chase it as it falls down. You never actually get into what I think is a good balance point. So don't do this. Hey, that's true. Lots of people do that. They just pick up and chase it. Yeah, the goal is just to get everything back. Then you don't have to work too hard to loop out. Then once you loop out and you feel comfortable, loop out more. Then loop out more. Once you get comfortable doing that, then it's a lot easier to not be scared. Just keep looping out. Just keep looping out so that you're really comfortable with that. And looping out should be second nature, because it's not the goal in the long run to loop out, but I think it really helps people learn. The most important thing is that don't have any of those clips on your feet. Don't do it. You'll be locked in, it's gonna be hard to clip out. So get some flats, they're gonna be good for you in general. After you get good at looping out and going too far, then it's gonna be a matter of using the brake to kind of modulate that wheelie. You know, at the super high end, you can push your legs out, you can get closer to a manual, but for what we're doing here, it's just gonna be some feathering of the brake to go from a little too far back to all the way forward. After you do that a lot, you go a little too far back and all the way forward, you're gonna go a little less forward. And then you're just gonna fine tune where you go, and you're gonna get closer and closer to just kind of sitting in that balanced position. Your body is trying not to be tense. If you're tense, you're not gonna correct for anything. So straight arms, get back, and then it's gonna be a lighter push to get on the pedals and get your weight back. You can see that you gotta like shift your weight on your seat, because if you turn the front wheel to correct like usual, it's not gonna do anything to the rear tire. You have to really lean the bike and think of it almost like edges on a ski, but that comes down the road like a long time once you tip over. Tipping over less is going to happen when you're really far back to start with and you have a lighter push to get back further. And then you're going to kind of rock the bike almost like you're leaning it in a corner. So, I don't know, there's nothing better to do now. Like I sit at home with my wife and just wait for the whole world to get a little bit healthier. But if you can laugh at yourself, tip over, do that in the street or an empty parking garage, that seems like a pretty good thing too.
Yeah, Wentz? Ooh, I see you asking, is that a downhill cassette on that Scout? Did you see Wentz's legs? I mean, he's pushing a downhill cassette without thinking twice about it. He's pushing that in his cookies. Did that help? What do you think? I'm a fan of the learn to loop out. I think that's a pretty good way to start. If you're wanting a wheelie, practice flopping on your back a little bit, get you going. A little bit more product to get into. We have Leatt goggles and the new Fox Speedframe helmet. Do you hear that? Do you hear it?
Fresh goods, straight from the farm. Come and get it while it's hot. Fresh goods, goggles, helmets, fresh goods, come and get it. Fresh goods, Oh, hey, want to buy some goggles? Leatt jumped into the goggle game last year and they came at it with all guns blazing. Like literally guns blazing. They actually supplied us with a lens that had apparently been fired upon by a small caliber firearm of some sort. Bulletproof lens? Yep, but that was just one of many highlights of the Velocity 6.5 goggle. It tallies an impressive number of features such as a dual density outrigger frame, triple layer foam, a permanent anti-fog treatment on the lens, and a self-draining design that allows mud and water to slip off the bottom of the lens rather than accumulate against the frame. Perhaps the most impressive aspect of the new goggle was the price tag. At just $79.99 or $89.99 with an iris lens, this goggle comes in well under the MSRP of its main competition. Because you can never have enough of a good thing, Leatt didn't stop there. All new for 2020, they just introduced the Velocity 5.5 and 4.5, essentially scaled down versions of the flagship 6.5 that pare down the features in return for a lower price. Starting off with the 5.5, it looks a lot like the 6.5 but without the snap-in lens design. It still gets a triple layer foam, but makes do with the single density frame construction and a slightly narrower strap. Both the new goggles use the very same bulletproof lens as the 6.5, which opens up an impressive number of different configurations, with light transmission ranging from 22 to 83%. The 5.5 retails for $59.99 or $69.99 with an iris lens. Moving on down to the 4.5, we're looking at a simplified frame design that does away with the outriggers. There's a dual layer foam instead of triple, and the strap is a little bit narrower still. The overall design is less elaborate, but there is still plenty of vents to keep the goggle breathing well. The 4.5 retails for $39.99 or $49.99 with an iris lens. On the trail, Leatt's goggles have impressed us from the start. The 6.5 we tested last year snagged a near-perfect rating, offering plenty of comfort and performance advantages. The fit is particularly elaborate, with recessed areas in the foam layers that make extra room for the eyes and the nose. If you're typically bothered by pressure on the nose from the goggle, this is definitely one to consider. The new 5.5 inherits much of the fit of the 6.5, although it has to make do without the sculpted foam, which leaves it a little bit more prone to pinching the nose. As for the 4.5, it's more suited to a half-shell helmet. Without the outriggers, it doesn't play quite as nice with the big full-face helmet. As we previously mentioned, all three goggle models make use of the same lenses, which offer great optical clarity and, of course, all the security you'd expect from a lens that's actually bulletproof. All in all, we continue to be impressed by what Leatt is doing with their goggle range. Fit, comfort and features right up there with the market leaders, but the pricing is not. Bells and whistles without breaking the bank? Yes, please. Moving right along with the fresh goods, this time from Fox. Now, we've had plenty of helmet news from Fox over the past couple of years, but it kind of felt like something was missing to really tie the line together. Following in the footsteps of the Pro Frame and the Drop Frame, Fox recently unveiled the Speedframe, an all-new half-shell aimed at the aggressive trail riding crowd. Taking design cues from both the Pro Frame and the Drop Frame, the new helmet looks to shake things up in this important sector of the helmet market. Featuring a 360-degree adjustable retention system, MIPS, adjustable and goggle-compatible visor, as well as a number of large vents, the regular version of the Speedframe will hit the shelves at $109.95 US. Splashing out another $50 gets you the Pro version, which gains a Verizorb dual density EPS liner, an X2T comfort liner, and a Fidlock strap buckle. The Fox crew said they put all their helmet expertise into the development of the Speedframe, and it really shows in the finished product. No features are missing, and the finish is exemplary. Aesthetics are always highly subjective, but we feel like Fox hit it out of the park in this aspect as well. On the trail, the Speedframe is super comfortable and stable. There are a number of adjustment options to make sure you get a snug and secure fit. The padding is minimalistic, which helps with breathability. The straps can be adjusted to fit your ears, and the Fidlock buckle is a snap to use on the trail. The only thing that's maybe a little bit strange is the sizing. The Speedframe runs big, so make sure you try before you buy. All told, we feel like Fox finally hit the mark when it comes to the aggressive half-shell market. Looks and performance are all there, and the pricing is reasonably competitive as well. With that said, I think I'm going to go hit the trail.
Boom, what do you think? P-Mail, what you up to? Give it a little ponytail heckling, I love it. Good chats. We made it. We've made it. First live show. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to cruise through the live chat and we'll pick out 3 winners of the Race Face Getta Grips. We'll get in touch with you so you know how to get a hold of them. Yeah, awesome. Thanks, everyone. Just so you know, this Only You Can Prevent Turn Bar shirt from Vital Gear Club, it doesn't work. I've put it on, I've ridden the trails. Every time I jump, here's what my bars do. They even have the shirt on, it doesn't work. gearclub.vitalmtb.com. Thanks for tuning in. And before we head out for the day, don't sleep on floor pump tricks. You.